Hello and welcome to another All Nation Line video. I plan to do a series of videos to speak about how we develop or manufacture some of our small parts for model railroading in O scale. Many times we have parts that people don't even see. They're not necessarily detail parts. And in this video, what I want to talk about is shim rings. Shim rings are little washers that are used in our mechanisms, such as transmissions, gears, and it helps us fine-tune the mechanism so that they run true and smooth, and there's not a lot of lateral play, especially when your mechanism is going in forward or reverse. Oftentimes these shims are implemented between your bearing surfaces like your bushings, on your drive shafts and your gear, or on your worm gears. We even use very thin 3D printed polycarbonate shim rings to get even more accuracy. Unfortunately, we did not have a very good stock of the metal shim rings, and in previous years we would order them from a washer manufacturing company, but unfortunately a lot of the manufacturers today don't want to deal direct. They want to go through a distributor, and then come to find out they may have it in stock at the factory, but the distributor doesn't want to order the particular washer because they're probably afraid they're not going to sell any of this particular size and thickness. And so what we've done is we have various tooling in our collection of items that we use to manufacture parts. And before you, this is a tool that we rehabilitated just recently in order to create these shim rings. And so what we generally do is we'll take a piece of thin, low carbon metal and we'll stamp these rings. And we don't need 100,000 of these at a time. We only really stamp what we need on any given day, whether it's 20 or 50 or 150. It doesn't take that long to knock these out. And the way this particular mechanism works is it's in a press, and we can raise it up and down, and you can see that we have punching dies of two sizes, and they punch through a little die button under each of these, and the center comes out on the first one. We move it forward, punch again, move it forward, punch again, and finally when we get up to the first punch, the second larger punch will actually create the washer, and it'll drop out at the bottom. So it would go something like this, and I'll try to demonstrate it without shaking the camera too much. And we just simply put the thin metal strip in there and give it a kick, and there's your first inner diameter hole for the washer. Now, since this is a fairly manual process and there's no automation involved here, we're kind of eyeballing to make sure we're getting our centers correct. And what we'll do on the next one is move it up to the next mark and give another punch. And like I say, we'll do that several times. And we're almost up to the second punch that'll cut the washer. And now we're going to try and see if we can go ahead and keep this piece of metal up against the back here so that we're centered. And I'm just going to hold my hand under and catch the washer when it comes through, and bingo, we've got our shim ring. And so that's the process, and it's very straightforward, and it saved us a lot of time and headache going to a manufacturer when we only need a handful of rings. So this is what the strip looks like as it goes all the way through. We'll do one side, flip it over, and do the other side on these and get what we need. So I thought you'd find this interesting, and we'll do another video here shortly on how we use a press to put the wheels on our axles.